Hi guys, and welcome back to JavaScript Playground. In this video, we will talk about inheritance. This inheritance is an object-oriented programming concept. It just means that one object is based on another object. This results in a parent-child relation. As you can see on the screen, a pilot is also a person. And that's why the pilot object is a child of person object. Or in another word, person object is the parent of pilot object. This parent-child relation is called inheritance. So what is the benefit of having this inheritance concept? Well, the child gets access to all the properties and methods of the parent object. This way, all the common properties and methods are the part of the parent object, and different child objects can simply use it. Say we had another object, doctor. Even a doctor is a person, which means all the doctors will have the same properties and methods as that of person, along with some doctor-related properties and methods. So the person object can be parent object for the doctor. So how does inheritance works in JavaScript? Each and every JavaScript object has a property called prototype. This prototype property makes it possible to inherit methods and properties to the child object. Let's say the John object wants to access calculate age method from the person object. To make it possible, the person object will need to put its calculate age method in the prototype property. Similarly, any other object created by this person object will automatically inherit this calculate age method and can use it. Just to reiterate, a person's prototype property is not the prototype of the person, but for all the instances created from the person object like John. Similarly, the person itself is an instance of even bigger constructor, which is the JavaScript object. This is how it is. So all the objects we ever make are instances of JavaScript object, and that's why they have access to methods like toString, etc. Because those are the part of object's prototype property, and that's why both person and John will have access to these methods because they inherit from the JavaScript object. This chaining of methods from parent objects is called prototype chaining. This is how it works. When you try to access a method inside a function, it tries to search it in the object's methods. If it cannot find it inside the object methods, then it tries to search it in the object's prototype, which itself is the prototype of the parent. It keeps going up the hierarchy until it finds null. Null is the only one with no prototype, and that's why it is the final link in the prototype chain. And when you try to do null.prototype, it will give you undefined. So what happens is, say you want to access the method toString, which is a part of the prototype of the JavaScript object, and you want to use it inside John. So if you want to do john.toString, JavaScript will try to search inside the prototype of John, which is the prototype property of the parent, which is person. It will try to search for that method inside the person's prototype, which is the prototype property of JavaScript object. Now JavaScript tries to search for this method inside the object's prototype, and it finds it there. Similarly, if it can't find it inside the JavaScript object prototype, then it will try to search it inside the null, which will return undefined. And that's a wrap for today. I hope this gave you a better understanding of inheritance and prototype chaining. But if you have any doubts or queries, feel free to drop a comment below or reach out to me on Twitter. I'll add my Twitter handle in the description below. See you in the next video. Bye and take care.